this is Doug Davis, broker in charge with Karambee Realty, and here with another session of Ask Doug. And today I'm going to talk about permits. Do I need a permit in Hawaii? Do I need a permit for what? What do you need it for? How do you get them? Why should I get them? What if I build something and get caught? Can I get an after the fact permit? What needs to be permitted? And all of that. So that's what I'd like to talk about today, because it's a recurring theme and never seems to go away. And so many people build things here with no permits, and they get caught, or they want to sell their home and it doesn't show up on their appraisal because it's not permitted. The lenders for the buyers may have a concern about that. There's repercussions, there may be fines, there may be back taxes. It's just simply best to get a permit. And just do it right, do it the way you're supposed to do it. So do you need a permit? Well, you need a permit for just about everything. There's some major things like roofing or re-roofing. You don't need a permit. Painting a home inside and out, you don't need a permit. Those are some of the bigger exceptions to it. But you need a permit, very simply put, if you're doing any new electrical, if you're doing any new plumbing, if you are spending more than $1,500 per calendar year for the job. So it's almost always you would need a permit, other than, handyman type stuff to repair this or that for less than $1,500. So do you need a permit to build a deck? Yes. Do you need a permit to build a wall? If it's over 30 inches tall, then yes, and most people do 5 or 6 foot walls. 6 foot wall is the maximum, unless it's retaining, and then you can get a taller permit to hold the soil back. Do I need a permit to tear down a garage? Yes. Do I need a permit to remodel my bathroom? Well, maybe. If you're just redoing what you have, then no. If you are putting in new electrical, other than what was originally permitted, then you need a permit for that electrical part. If you're just redoing the plumbing from the wall out, then no. But if it's over $1,500, then yes. So it's almost always going to be you need a permit. How long does it take to get a permit on a Wahoo? Well, that's a real wild card. Everyone moans and groans about how long it takes, but there are certain things that are short, like less than a month. But if you're doing an entire home, it may be quite some time, like half a year or even longer. So what are the consequences? Okay, so I mentioned something early on, that there may be penalties. They may penalize you. The building department may require that you open up the walls so they can see the electrical or plumbing work that you might have done. They might penalize you if you have an older home to retrofit the home with hurricane clips, both on the bottom and the top. And I've seen that as a retribution for someone who didn't get a permit. So they made him hurricane clip the entire house, not just the addition that he had done. your permit fee will be double when you do an after the fact permit. That's just a guarantee. There's back taxes. So if you made an addition and say you had an original 1,000 square foot home and you made it a 2,000 square foot home, and you had it for many, many years and then did an after the fact permit for whatever reason, you may be liable for the back taxes for that extra 1,000 feet that you didn't pay taxes on over all those years. So that's an issue. Okay, and then the buyer, when you sell your property, these things get discovered, and it's not hard to discover most of them, especially big additions and things. The appraiser might be the first one to find it, and he'll appraise, let's use that 1,000 square foot original home. He won't appraise the other 1,000 square feet. It's not permitted. So therefore it doesn't exist to the appraiser, and they don't use it. So you lose a tremendous amount of value. The appraisal comes in lower than it could have been. The buyer may now not be able to afford it because the bank loan is based on the sale price or the appraisal, whichever comes in less. So that would be a consequence. The buyer would have to put up more money, more down payment to be able to complete the sale unless it's renegotiated, or you take the property off the market and go ahead and get the permit, which may take half a year or more to get. But you can do after the fact permits. They're done all the time, and it's not a difficult thing. It's just that you got to go through all the motions and the procedure for it. So it's pretty common to see unpermitted work, and it's very common to see people have consequences for it. So again, it's best to get the items done. But again, it's easy to fix it. There's architects who will do after the fact permitting and run it through and get the contractor, electrician or plumber, whatever has been done, and make it right. The problem that we see is that it is often done incorrectly, not to electrical standards or plumbing standards. So those things have to be retrofitted properly, and it may not even be safe electrically, plumbing wise, or even structurally. So that's another reason that it's a good idea to do it correctly from the first time through. It could be they could shut down your entire project that you're doing if you're under construction. Like, let's say you're doing stuff right now without a permit, they find out, they shut your project down. It may take 6-9 months to get it back online. Meanwhile, the house has to stand empty perhaps, and all of your contractors leave to go to other jobs. You may be subject to tearing it all out, fines. When you do an after the fact, the new permit will require that you bring it up to current code. Maybe you did it 10 years ago and something's changed, electrical or plumbing code, then you would have to retrofit it up to current codes. So anyway, those are just a smattering of the issues involved from the various people that would care about it, and how it relates to your property. So it's probably going to be discovered, and there may be the consequences, and it may delay you for what you're trying to do at the time. So if anyone needs help getting a retrofit, be happy to help them, guide them through, and get an architect to finish it off properly. All right, do it right. That's my advice. But if not, it can be fixed. All right, hope that helps a little bit. And until next time, thanks.